you got going on here in your face? What the fuck?
The
You look
glasses, maybe?
no, you look great. What is this
I'm gray, I just didn't
got
shave.
going on here in your face? 1 second. What the fuck? So what did you do to your beard?
It's growing, but I need to shave, but I just didn't have time
Dude, you look totally different. I think you should
with the
leave.
beard.
I think you should leave it.
The problem is, the super sick Stefan with all the fucking bullshit illnesses. I have neurodermitis, so below the beard, it's getting bleeding and wounds and everything. So that's quite a shit.
So you want to leave. Well, you should leave the beard to cover it all up.
No, when I shave it, all is good, but below the beard, the neurodermitis is getting worse. And then
Uh,
I need a lot of cortisol and all that fucking bleh.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. What are you talking about? Under the beard where? Like your skin?
Mhm.
Yeah, so leave the beard. That way it'll cover it up.
Yeah, but it's itching like fucking.
Oh, it's itchy.
Mm.
Ben, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Don't you think Stefan looks better with a beard?
Yes, it's more
See?
mature.
There are complete cool pictures for me as a racing driver with beard. Everybody always loves. Let me see if I find one of them.
He's more distinguished. I can take him more seriously like this.
Yeah,
Really?
he looks more
Yeah.
manly.
But today it's more the homeless look.
No, it looks better. I'm telling you. You look like
I just
you look
didn't
like the you know
shave.
you look like the Wish version of Jason Statham.
You mean his older fat cousin?
That's exactly right.
Most probably no I think he's older than me. Yeah, he should be.
Um, Ben, how are you? What's going on?
Good, good. Not like we've shaken this virus, man. They
What do you
closed the
mean?
school down. They
You
closed the
sick?
school down here. Well, the virus hit so hard. Like, there's no kids, no teachers.
Are you
I've
sick
been sick.
again?
Yeah, man. It's going to go around everywhere.
Is it because you have kids? Is that why you're sick all the time?
I'm blaming the kids.
Is that you
That's
right?
the that's the beard, Stefan. Doesn't he look fancy?
Yeah, you look stylish
He
there.
does look a
Wait,
does look a movie star. Now Fred likes you. He's gonna
no,
smoke in.
Back then I even smoked.
Now he's cool. Now
did
he
you
looks really cool.
did you quit? You used to smoke? How long did you smoke for?
I started during bodybuilding, so quite late. I started
You
with
started, wait,
23 or something like that.
wait, you started bodybuilding and then you started smoking?
Yeah.
How much is why? How does
You
that
know,
make
Don't you
European bodybuilders smoke a lot.
I know.
you know it's should I really tell the story why?
Yeah, you should.
So we have that honest podcast again. Wait, how do I get removed of the fucking pictures? Um,
This is why I don't let anybody share anything.
I have it. I have it. I know how it's going. Freigabe stoppen.
Okay. James, how are
Um,
you?
Good, bro.
Ah,
Was
Stefan's about to tell us a story of why he started smoking.
smoking what though?
um, yeah,
Cig- Cigarette.
it's a connected story.
Okay.
So during the high amount of GH I took, which was completely unnecessary, you all will agree with that.
How high was it? Can I ask? Because I didn't get that.
Yeah, how high
I
was
think
that?
that the highest was 12, but pharmacy stuff, not that Chinese
That's a
cow
lot.
piss.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Chinese cowboys.
So I wasn't able to sleep anymore because everything was swollen and ugly. So I didn't want to take any more medication for sure because I was full under the roof, and then I started to smoke weed.
Okay.
That's and like everything, I get quite obsessed with things. So I started smoking weed like
Is he,
cigarettes,
Austin.
walking with a dog, before training, during training, after training, all fast.
Is he freezing or is it me?
Yeah, he's freezing. I got you.
That shitty Vienna internet, bro.
Is it
Your connections,
what?
your connections are freezing a little bit, Stefan.
So is it stable now?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you now. Yeah.
So I started
You
smoking
know-
quite intense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with all that, life goes like a train in front of you by when you smoke too much. So it affected me like that I said I don't want it anymore because I don't see any benefit in it.
Mhm.
And then I just kept smoking cigarettes.
Never been a cigarette guy,
Weed-
man.
So the weed led you to cigarette smoking.
Because even in teenager age, I never smoked cigarettes or something like that.
How long did you? So when did you start smoking weed and cigarettes? How old are you?
I think about 24, 25.
How long did you smoke cigarettes for?
I
You cut out. Say it again.
So that picture is 2016. There have been 5.
You need to restart your internet or something, dude. You keep cutting in and out.
Who's watching the
Actually, I got fiber power, so the internet should be quite good.
Yeah, you just cut out there. I didn't hear what your answer was for how long you smoked.
About 10 years.
And then you just quit, just cold turkey like that.
No, I think it's the most shittiest drug ever
Yeah.
and the most hard thing to stop. So that's also a funny story. I studied medicine and I knew what that's gonna do with your lung, and I knew what that's gonna do with your cardiovascular system, which actually is the biggest problem in all that process. It's not the lungs, it's you're just getting die earlier because your vessels get shit and all that fucking stuff.
Yeah.
But I really had a hard time. I think I tried 3 or 4 times and I always got back. I had nightmares. In the nightmare, started to smoke again. Then in reality, started to smoke again. And that it was quite funny. Then I saw a documentation
Yeah.
of a woman who lost her brother
Okay.
because of smoking.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, he's dead, so it's gone, so she can't do any more about that. But she gave a commitment that her life goal is to save other people from smoking and forcing them to get away from cigarettes, that the death of her brother has a sense.
Mhm.
And I have no idea why that triggered me that much,
Yeah.
but it triggered me that much that I really stopped from one day to another. But it was the 4th attempt or something like that. And that's now 10 years ago, something like that, nearly 10 years. And my wife still smokes, for example.
Oh, your wife still smokes and it doesn't bother you.
It's okay. So we never smoked in the house. We
Yeah.
never smoked in the car. So
Yeah.
never. So that's not that annoying, and she doesn't smoke that much, but she
Right.
still smokes.
Do you ever have one here and there, or are you just done?
No, that wouldn't be possible for a guy like me.
Yeah, you would start
Impossible.
back again. Yeah, you'd
Yeah,
start.
I think immediately everything is gone.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I think I'm almost there too. I think I need to quit.
Oh, you
Yeah.
smoke?
I've been smoking for a long time.
my mum had really bad COPD because of smoking.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Really bad, man. Like, and I used to just see her get out of breath, just like doing nothing, and it was terrible to watch, to be fair. And I
Yeah.
think obviously she died of bowel cancer, which is totally different. But I believe that her body would have been able to put up a better resilience if there was less smoking during her younger years, for sure.
It's funny. I'm obviously I have no medical background, so just my own hypothesis. But when someone smokes and they have a type of cancer, I still believe that the smoking contributed in some way.
I would as well, because
Because
taking of cells, isn't it?
well, you're still bringing toxins into your body.
Yeah,
So-
but toxins are everywhere. So if you get
I know, but
if you
one of
get actually cancer from smoking, the problem is more in the genes because we have a gene on German, it's called tumor suppressor gene. Maybe it's the same then in English. So all our cells are targeted by substances, and all our cells are targeted by failure in their mitosis. So when they
Reproduce.
split it or reproduce each other, there are failures. And that gene has the sense to kill those cells.
If it doesn't
So
kill, you get cancer.
we have our own police,
Yeah.
kills them immediately. And when that doesn't work well, the cancer grows. So as there is everywhere substances which leads to that failure, it's more important how good does that gene work. But getting away, I think that's a huge misunderstanding of how much poison smoking is. It just triggering down to the cancer. It's really the bad effect it does to your vessels, it does to
Vessels, yeah.
your heart.
Okay, but
it
can I ask
does
you
to
but
that's the fucking bullshit, actually.
let me ask you a broader question, because I read this book a doctor wrote a while back, and he was basically saying that it's almost a matter of toxins in, toxins out when it comes to getting sick in your overall health. So the more toxins you're ingesting, whether it be from steroids or smoking or alcohol or whatever, when you start compounding all of these things, it becomes overwhelming for the body to handle.
For
So,
sure, but if you have good genetics, it's still okay.
yeah, but even with good genetics, you can't just compound one toxin on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, and to just wipe it all away and say, well, my genetics are great. And you don't know how good your genetics are. Like, who knows? You're not walking around going, I have great genetics. You don't know until you start stacking all those toxins. And then you have to, then your body will tell you, hey, you're fucked now because your genetics are shit. So nobody knows beforehand how good their genetics are. You just know.
I actually know that I'm very, very sensitive to toxins because you can do that genetical tests. I did a very funny genetical test.
How can you tell me what test can you do for that?
So I found that out accidentally because of my diseases, I have to take several different medications.
Sure.
And that's also something which is bodybuilding related. Bodybuilder very often don't think the interactions one medication has to another.
Right.
So there are very, very different pathways how a medication you take, which could be a prodrug and is changed to the actual drug, or how fast it is eliminated in your bloodstream, how that goes. That's most of those mechanisms are enzymatic mechanisms. And everybody has a different, I would say, combination of those CP450 enzymes which are in the body. They are responsible for example, eliminating stressors to your body, like medication which has side effects or whatever. So for me, it was very important to find out genetically if the medications I took have interactions with the other medication or have interactions with my system of eliminating that. So actually, we found out that normal statins are quite poison for my body.
Sure.
Because even with smallest amount of the dosage, my CK goes through the fucking roof, cause my body reacts with actually nearly no eliminating of the factors which give the side effects.
Okay.
We also found out through that test that when I would take opiates in a too high dose, the breath suppression in my case would probably be so intense that I fall out of breath.
Okay.
And within that tests came also out that the removal of free radicals in my body is lowered because that's also connected to that, I would say, I know how it say in German, but in English, I would say anti-poison effect of the body.
Okay.
So I need to take care more about sunburns. I need to take care more about burned food. For example, I would need to take, now I know it, take more care about smoking or passive smoking, because those free radicals are not eliminated in my body that good than in other persons.
But we can probably make a general statement in saying that your medical history is very different than the average person. So the average person hasn't gone through all these things to understand what their genetic limitations are. So most people go through life, you know, if they're a bodybuilder, maybe they take steroids. If they're a normal person, maybe they smoke, maybe they drink. Maybe if they're a bodybuilder, they do all three, whatever. And they don't really know what their genetic limitations are until it's too late.
Yeah.
Something happens somewhere down the road, and then they're like, oh, fuck, my body can't handle all of this shit. So what I'm trying to say is, that's why I was saying, like, stacking one toxin on top of another, on top of another, on top of another can't be healthy for the body.
Yeah,
just
that for
theoretically,
sure, yes.
just in general, you know what I mean? Like somebody just posted a study saying, somebody just said genetics are definitely a thing. I'm not disagreeing that genetics are.
But you still don't know. Yeah, you don't
I'm saying
know.
you don't know what your genetics can handle until it's too late.
Until you've already had
But
symptoms.
when I build the bridge to bodybuilding, that's also why I'm always following my main principle. Don't have too many things in the bowl, because
Yeah.
you don't know how you react. You don't know the interactions.
Right.
And especially when it comes to medication, you know, these days it's modern to try to prevent every side effect with the medication, without even thinking about that the medication also has a side effect,
Right.
or not knowing if that's even curing your problem at the base, because there is no scientifically background, or you actually don't know what's going on in your body.
Right. James, you got back from a trip with Stefan last week. How was it?
Good. I see he's drinking my drink right now.
What drink
Got
is
one
it?
It's our national
Then-
soft drink, actually.
It's quite
What
nice.
is it?
You never can pronounce that.
No,
You
what?
never can.
Just
Try
tell me
it.
just tell me what it
No,
tastes.
try to read that.
I can't see it. I can't.
Almodarella? I don't know.
It's Almdudler.
Almdudler. Sounds like it. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird.
What does it taste like?
Different, man.
It's
It looks like orange. Like orange something.
it's a soda with spices from our mountains.
It's different. I was trying to I couldn't point it out. I was like, I sent him a message. I said, it tastes like it's almost a little bit apple cider vinegary, but it's not.
Maybe it's a little bit like a ginger ale, James.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of heat, like a peppery.
Yeah, I would say like ginger ale, something in that direction.
It was nice though. It was good.
So your trip was good. Was it fruitful as far as training and fucking
For
everything
sure,
goes?
man. Got to train with mutual friend Kevin, and got to check out obviously top bodies. Obviously got to see Stefan. He took me for a last tour of the town.
Yeah.
So burn a few calories there. And the only shame was it was a little bit grey and overcast, because the last day when I started to head home, it started to clear out the sky, and I could see the city more. And I was like, oh man, this would be better. So I have to go back and have a look when the weather's better. But I think it was good. I think we managed to have Stefan see me in person. I
Yeah.
don't know what his opinion is, like if there's much difference over the phone or in person. So I think it was really crucial that we did it. And we've had a good hold on things because of it, I feel. So
Well, I want to show people quickly one of the updates that actually I think RX Muscle just reposted this. This is a really good look for you, James.
it's all right, not bad. It's today. I just sent. I was just posing after training, so I just sent it to Stefan. He said, "Yeah, buddy." So I was
Short
like, "Yeah, sweet."
answer.
Like that's a really clean look for you, man. I don't remember, and Ben, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of don't remember you being that aesthetic. Like it looks like your physique is filled out in different ways. It's not just bigger; it looks more complete.
I think because we're getting a bit of a hold on my digestion. I think like whatever the foods we're having, they're not causing the bloat I had earlier in the year. Because me and Stefan can tell you, the bloat I had in the beginning of the year
Yeah.
was pretty extreme.
What was causing that? What was the fix there?
honestly, we just
Try,
brought down the amount of chicken
try
and the
and
amount of
error.
rice. Yeah, just
I know
like,
you're eating a, I know you're eating a lot of potato. I see that on fish.
yeah, I'm mostly eating potato now.
Wait, say that again. What did you find out was the culprit?
we feel that chicken and rice were just maybe giving me a bit of shit, so we just changed those for like other sources like whitefish and egg whites and potato oats and the ESN, the rice pudding. So I just think I've just smashed my body with so much chicken and rice over the years. I think the chicken, you know,
James, can I tell you something? I feel like that all the time. And I've
Mm.
heard before people are like, I can't digest chicken. I can't digest chicken, and especially rice. Rice can really fuck people's stomachs up.
I think rice for me did start to do that.
Yeah. But I can't seem to stick to anything else for a long period
I
of time.
know it's so
Like
convenient.
I
It's
can't.
the most easy to eat. That's the problem.
Well, the thing is with fish, I hate when my house starts to smell like
Smells
fish.
like a fucking market, doesn't it?
And I actually don't like the taste that much, but like I could probably eat it if I had to, but then my house reeks like fucking fish. I'm like,
I never have that issue. I cook a lot of fish. My house smells okay. Or Denise just doesn't tell me.
that's what you think. When you come to my house and you cook fish, my
That's a Canadian fish, though.
The quality of the fish is so well. I don't know if it's the
Does
quality.
matter.
I don't know if that reflects smell, but sometimes I shop
It does.
somewhere versus somewhere else, and it's so less smelly.
Yeah.
Like you get a good cod loin, like, and it doesn't smell.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing with the fish is just obviously it just breaks down really easy. It's easy to eat, and I can get away with a little bit of rice. Like I might sometimes, like my last meal today is the lowest carb. It's like 40 carb. The
Yeah.
one before, and every now and then I might just have rice instead.
Yeah.
But potato seems to digest okay. It's only that when we have a high day, because we had a high day, if I eat a lot of potato on a high day, I get quite a bit gassy. I end up like, I think because the starch, I just fucking.
Funniest story. We had the first check-in and James was a little bit flat. So I say it was, I think, lunchtime or something like that. And I said, please, today you can have a meal out. Go to a nice steak restaurant with Janneke. And in addition to that, you can have 300 more grams of carbs. And that chat was about, I would say, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
So what does James do? The first thing James do, okay, that was good. He went to therapy to my institute to have a message, so he wasn't prepared to have any more carbs.
Right.
The second thing is then he went to a shop to see some video games. So he also didn't have the chance to have a little bit more of carbs. Then he had the nice steak, but even there he chooses a side gnocchi, which is made out of potato.
Yeah.
And I would say half a kilo of butter. So also not that much carbs. So James had the idea to add that 300 grams of carbs with oats in the last meal.
Perfect.
Never again.
He's still digesting it.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah.
didn't even make it through. I got halfway through, and I went, I'm going to bed.
I got a picture of him sitting with, that big bowl.
I was like this. My stomach was like out here. I didn't fathom. I thought, oh, I'm hungry. I'll be able to smash that. And yeah, like what, 300 grams of carbs? It's like 60 grams per 100 grams. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to think how many
That's
you
a
got.
lot of oats, man.
Dude, and
Half a
that's the
kilo.
whole mix of it.
Half a kilo of oats. Yeah.
Dude, I fucked up.
Ben see me make some big fucking bowls of oats. That's a big fucking bowl of oats.
You've done 2 bowls. 2 big bowls.
And
I've seen
in
you
first night,
smash.
he said to Janneke even, maybe I understood Stefan wrong, or you understood Stefan wrong. That can't be the case.
I was like, maybe you meant just 300 grams of oats. But no.
Can I tell
300
you,
grams.
what's surprising to me about that? You guys are so worried about stomach digestion, and I feel like oats cause so many people
Yeah, but
problems.
they do, and it's my fault. It's just that I only had a certain amount of the rice pudding on me because I was traveling.
Oh, okay. So you switched
So
it.
I wouldn't have
So
chose.
he thought it's a good idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't have chose oats if I was at home, for example.
Yeah.
No way. But it's because I was there and I was like, I've got this
You know,
stuff.
you know what else I find strange is that the cream of rice or rice pudding, whatever you want to call it, doesn't affect you, but rice affects you.
Yeah, I don't know what that
It's
is.
the same compound. So you'd figure maybe because one's more digested, I don't know, but like it's already broken down a bit.
Especially the ESN rice pudding,
It's very different.
which actually was a product I founded. So I'm quite proud of it because the idea was how do we get the most amount of carbs into an athlete without getting a digestion problem.
Right.
The funny thing is, then we found out that racing horses, they have quite the same problem. So those super fast horses need to eat a high amount, mostly barley or other
Greens.
other grains to get that. And for that, the industry created a process where they take the grain and pre-digest it over
Yeah.
a cooking and drying process.
Yeah.
So we found a manufacturer which had it. Actually, it's Italian rice, so it's European, not Asian rice, which is with that hypothermic cutoff, pre-digested, and that's the reason why that kind of product is also totally different than any cream of rice
Yeah,
product.
it's not the same.
Because
it's so
it's
different.
not
It's,
just
it's
it's
weird.
not cream of rice. It's pre-digested rice from a technology which comes from racing horses.
I'm gonna copy the rice and then put hostile on it. Sell it.
If
Yeah, they did
you
the same.
can get more of that Italian rice, you are happy to go.
It'll fix so many issues. It's so fucking good.
Okay, so let me ask you, other than the rice pudding
Mhm.
and other than potato, if you found guys are having problem eating rice and eating oatmeal, what else would you tell them to eat?
Today we had that discussion, and I said, because potato is still a cool thing, but it's such a high volume. So maybe we try now to get a little bit more carbs in with switching to sweet potato. It's not super much more, but it's a little bit much more.
Mhm.
And what I thought about, you could also try the maize pudding. Have you
Yeah,
ever tried
I
it?
have that. Yeah, I don't mind it.
What is
So
that?
maize, it's a corn base, isn't it, maize?
Yeah,
What
we
is-
have the same product made out of corn.
I like it.
Okay, but what about, okay, just hold on now. Let's eliminate supplement. Let's eliminate cream of rice, just out of regular foods.
Sweet potato.
So you're saying sweet potato, what else? Like, would you ever do pasta?
I would do pasta, but it's a little bit in the off season. I see no problem in pasta. When it comes to the carving up process, I'm always a little bit afraid because you never know how they do it.
Right. Ben, what do you think? Do you think if your guys have a stomach issue with rice or oatmeal, is there something other than rice or oatmeal, cream of rice that you feed guys? Is potato the only option?
No, you have grits over here as well, which can be
Grits, grits are
another option. I actually find a lot of success, especially when loading bigger guys. I do mixed sauces, so I'll do like half the carbs come from rice and half from potato in the same meal.
That's a good idea.
If they, and sometimes that helps them, especially if they're really loading a lot of rice and they get like taste fatigue or whatever, just different textures. And then in that, obviously fruit, like using fruit alongside to make up some of the carbohydrate. But if a guy can digest pasta or even bread, like I've done some refined breads with people if I know they can tolerate it.
Yeah.
And they can have if they don't have an issue with bloating and the midsection is pretty tight, I don't have an issue with that.
I think I'm gonna start using more bread because John used to do sourdough, a lot of sourdough bread.
So Jordan Vanderfly, my super heavyweight he did nationals the last 2 years, and we've used he has like cream of rice or like some rice, and then he'll add in some sourdough English muffins
Right.
alongside of it, and he does really well with it. There's no bloating, there's no issue with midsection, doesn't hold water.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Hi, Yannicka, how are you?
Yannicka, how are you? How are you, Yannicka? How are you? Pregnant? Yeah, she's rubbing that belly.
Good.
Good. Brew that baby. Brew that baby.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't sourdough bread a prebiotic or probiotic? It's one or the other, is it not?
It's fermented.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is, yeah.
Which one? Pre or pro?
Pre.
Must be pre.
Prebiotic,
Is
right?
it pre? I thought it was pro.
Must be pre. I don't think that bacteria are in it.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, Donisa's got a sourdough, like she makes her
Oh
own
yeah,
here.
you're right. There are bacteria in it.
Yeah,
Probiotic,
she ferments it, and it's a whole process. She's got in a little temperature controlled oven she has to make.
So this says, yes, sourdough bread contains probiotics, which are healthy bacteria help digestion. Fermentation process used to make sourdough bread also creates prebiotics.
So it's both.
Both. Does both.
Yeah.
So we're all right.
So Yeah, John was a big proponent of that, and I've been looking for something different because I feel like rice is not working for me anymore, and I can't eat potato. So I'm like, I think I'm going to stick to like
You hate it, or you just not able to digest it?
I think
Can't be asked to cook it.
because of my kidney issues, I have to keep my potassium.
Potassium's high,
Oh,
yeah.
it's potassium.
Yeah, I have to be careful with my potassium, right? So most people don't know this. They always point to bananas, but potatoes are way higher in potassium than bananas are. So
Yeah, because potatoes are
Yeah,
a nightshade, aren't they? They're a relation of the
But yeah,
nightshade.
yeah. So it is.
yeah,
So
Be
so
careful with spinach as well, eh?
spinach,
Just be careful with spinach
potato,
and avocados.
avocados are high in potassium as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to be careful with stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe sourdough bread might be a good idea as an
Sourdough.
option.
But is grits made of wheat?
Corn,
Yeah,
I
wheat
think, right?
one.
It's a corn.
Is it corn or potato? I
Yeah,
don't know.
wheat and a corn one, can't you? You get two.
Grits, I'm sure is a
think it's
hominy.
corn.
It's hot. It's
Maize.
hominy grits, right?
I thought it was a maize thing, like a corn thing.
Is
Yeah.
it corn?
This
I feel
says
like
grits,
yeah.
grits are made from ground corn, usually dent corn, which is a starchy variety of corn. Yeah.
So like our mice pudding.
It's very similar because it's got that. It's kind of a
Yeah.
little bit harder.
Gritty, yeah.
I actually prefer. You obviously you have rice cakes and corn cakes. I
Mhm.
love
Corn cakes.
corn cakes. I think corn cakes are
Yeah, they
so
always
nice.
taste better. Yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
crunchy. Love 'em.
Yeah.
I have you know what, because of my sicknesses,
Yeah.
and especially when I had acute phases of colitis,
Yeah.
what I always was able to eat was buckwheat.
Buckwheat. Yeah, I've heard this quite
Uh-huh.
good.
Is that
Buckwheat was magic.
Is that
I
hard?
met who's the classic German pro? I forget his name now. Shit. He was loading on buckwheat. He was at the Olympia and I was like, what have you got there? He's got this big old Tupperware and he was
It's more
loading
fluffy, isn't it? Isn't buckwheat more
on
fluffy?
yeah,
No,
it's-
you know you can have buckwheat because that's quite hard and shitty to eat. But if you have buckwheat flour, you can
Yeah.
make incredible pancakes with it. That's
Buckwheat
easy go.
pancakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buckwheat pancakes.
Yeah, there's a company that does
Red
that.
Mill. Yeah, I've
Red
seen
Mill,
that.
yeah, Red Mill do a bunch of different ones like that.
Isn't that Kodiak? Doesn't Kodiak pancakes? Isn't that made with buckwheat?
Yeah, I think they do. They do.
Like,
I always, whenever I've prepped for a show and I'm in America, I've always wanted to have Kodiak pancakes after the show, and then I never bother because
yeah.
the packaging
They're
just
good.
sells. Yeah,
They're good. Denise got them for the boys and I read through them. I was like, oh, these are
yeah,
a
for
bit
you,
tasty.
understood.
Yeah.
So James, we definitely gonna try buckwheat. Okay,
Okay,
Buckwheat.
right on the list. We need buckwheat flour.
So
Only
you're
online.
you're saying use the flour and make stuff like make pancakes.
And make pancakes. Yeah, yeah.
I never
Have you
thought-
ever tried cassava powder? I found some cassava powder and I used it with Carl when we did
We
a
don't
load.
have it. We
Cassava's
don't
like
have it
a
here.
Cassava,
white
it's like a
potato,
potato.
isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
tapioca,
really good.
right?
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
have that here.
I've used that with athletes before as well. I used
I
that
think,
one, yeah,
I'll tell you who likes that. Mike
that Otto's one.
the Bull, I think likes that.
Oh, he does. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah. I've used that with a couple of guys as well.
Fuad's gonna have a house full of buckwheat flour tomorrow.
You know, you
Abundance.
can because I always did buckwheat pancakes with banana. Not for you, Fouad. You have to keep out the banana,
Yeah.
but that tasted incredible good,
Mm.
and
Huh.
it was so
Buckwheat shares
easy
are
to
going up.
digest.
So the potassium number is pretty high, but so is the fiber
Yeah.
number. The fiber is I don't want to say it cancels out the potassium, but fiber helps remove potassium from the body. So that could be good for me.
Well, I'm on Amazon now, Fuad, and obviously I'm in the UK, but buckwheat, for example, you can get a kilo of buckwheat flour for like £9.95.
Perfect. I wasn't really worried financially, but I think that's good. It's
No,
cheaper.
no, but just if anyone is interested in how much it's going to cost more than oats, bear in mind, like, their oats probably only cost a couple of quid for a fucking kilo.
Yeah, right.
But
Okay,
buckwheat's superior.
back to this, James.
Can you
Is
go
this-
to the recent one he did? Because I didn't. Sorry.
Which one? With the one that
The one where he's sitting on the floor and then tag along. He's got some pictures in there, right?
Oh, that's just today.
Oh, okay, that's where it is.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think this is your best look ever, James?
I think it will be. It kind of looks like my 2019 Spain show, but bigger.
I don't know how big you are compared to before, but this looks like the most aesthetic James.
The thing is, I am aesthetic if I've got the balance between
course.
when I'm at my fullest and my digestion's good. I lose my shape if something's out. I am
Yeah.
quite round and I have a good shape. It just needs to be fucking nurtured because me slightly off, it hurts me a lot.
Isn't that suck, James?
I know.
Some bodybuilder, I noticed that in my
They got
career.
they got a broader spectrum of how
A
far they
judge,
can be off.
a judge told me that one time.
Mm.
He was like, when you're 2% off,
It's off.
It's fucking off.
You've got a physique like
Yeah.
it too because you've got really good lines. But let's say you were slightly flat through the upper, and then the waist is not quite as digested as it should be.
Everything
it
was
just,
fucked.
bang.
Yeah.
Whereas you get someone like a Brandon who's got like a waist, even when he could be a little bit bloated and he's still going to look fucking like V-taper galore.
Yeah.
So you have to just make sure you get it on point with the digestion, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's your abdominals doing? Because they look more like
I've been doing them every other training day. I was doing them too often, I think, and I've done some things that Stefan. So it was funny because he caught me doing leg raises. He went, "Not like that. That's fucking shit. You're just training your hips." He's like, "You're just training your hips," and my hips are
Oh,
always
you're
fucking
doing
tired.
okay. Yeah, you're doing like a hip flexor raise.
Yeah, basically. So I'm not trying to bully him too much. I got a little bit too obsessed for a year or so where I was just like trying to train them every fucking day, and then they never get better. So now it's like my second day of training, I do them.
they're also a body part on you that seems
shallow
to
genetically.
when they're flat, when you're flat, they're flat, right?
Yeah, they are shallow genetically. I don't have blocky. It's not even like there's literally like if you feel the tissue on my stomach, it's very to the surface. Even the hard sinew in the middle. I don't have a crevice that people have. Some people have that downwards line. I just don't have it. I never have, and it's not gonna. And you can have someone like Bless Milos and guys like that telling me to do all the fucking leg raises in the world. It's genetic. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think it. It's honestly a very genetic flaw on my physique.
Yeah.
So I can make them better, but they can't. They're never going to be fucking.
But they can for sure be better.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
For me, always local strength, not overall, but local targeted strength is always connected with the muscle size.
For sure. That's why, like you said, with the pelvic tilt thing.
When you see him really training the lower abs, you know why there are not that much lower abs.
Because they're like,
Yeah.
Literally. I got like Bill Jordan training with me, lifting my legs on the last few reps just to give me a couple of spots because I'm just like, fuck, I can't do them.
How high can Jordan raise your legs?
Not very high. Bless him. Not very
Okay.
high.
Where does this place at the Arnold? Yeah, you do. Shut up.
I don't know because there's so many good bodybuilders and anyone on their day can look like I'm not worse than anybody if I'm on, but there's guys like Samson that are that but bigger.
Yeah.
So therefore, how can you beat a guy like Samson, technically speaking, who has everything that's there but also more of it? It's not going to happen.
Right.
But there's guys I can beat that might beat me, but I can beat if I got it right.
Right.
Like I don't. It just depends, isn't it? I can't, I know how good I can be, but whether I am as good as I can be is a different question.
Say what you want to say. Don't be scared.
I don't really fear anybody in the lineup at all. Like I think I could be a top 3 guy, but I think Derek and Samson are in the world of their own, and that's totally fine. Now, there's other guys that are obviously incredible, like Brandon, Bonac, name loads. All I can hope is that I'm my absolute fucking nails on the day and the best I can be, and these guys are maybe not quite. That's all I can hope for, but it's going to be hard because Stefan's coaching them as well. So,
Stefan's not coaching Derek, and Derek posted this update.
Derek looks really good.
Well, let's just take a look at it together because I don't know if I have the same opinion, and I'm not trying to be hard on Derek.
No, that's fine. It's good to hear a few opinions.
So
I am way better looking than Derek facially, but that's not bodybuilding. So unfortunately,
dude,
you're my cup of tea, mate.
Listen, James, he's got hair, man. I think he wins.
Dude, no, listen. Come on, you haven't got hair, and I think you're good looking.
All right,
especially because of the bamboo tattoo.
You know what? Before we go through, Ben, what's your overall opinion here?
I see improvement. The timeline work concerns me, but
the timeline meaning what? You think he's behind?
If this is 4.5 weeks out, I would want my FD a little, but his legs are more balanced and bigger. His back's ridiculous.
I don't think he's behind.
I don't think so either. I mean, there's already kind of lines.
I'm not sure.
Depends what Derek
we'll see.
See.
Sorry?
It depends.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't think that's going to match the same level condition, I'd be surprised as the 23 Olympia.
The
Put it
23
that way.
Derek was fucking crispy. That's going to
That's what I
be.
mean. So from a condition point of view, but to me, that looks like a better bodybuilder, more
See,
balance.
this is my thought on it. I don't think he's in. I don't think he's on time to be 23 Derek conditioned.
Right.
That doesn't mean I don't think he can get there. But the problem is, I think if they push to get to that level of conditioning with only 4 weeks left, that's what happens when he gets the imbalance in his legs.
Well, that's the unknown. It's like he looks like this, but what's the input right now? Is it low cardio? Is his food high? Does he
Well,
have all the aces up his sleeve, you know?
What I'm trying to say is if he's a little behind compared to that 23 condition,
Mhm.
and then they put their foot on the gas to try and reach that level of condition, then they start to lose a little bit of the leg, which is the problem.
Right. And I've seen the way Chris works a little bit compared to Honey, for instance.
Mhm.
And I feel like those looks are indicative of their style. Like Honey has people looking a little sharper a little earlier. I think
feel like
Chris,
yeah.
See how it does
Chris-
right in the
Chris-
last minute. I feel like
Chris keeps these guys big and big and big until the end.
sometimes with a CETO, someone can look a little bit actually. They can like a week from the show, they change a lot in the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And James, I'm not under any impression that Derek can't be as hard as he was in 23. My fear is he's battling an imbalance in his lower body. That was the problem at the 24 Olympia. His lower body was not as big as his upper body. So when you see this update, you see that they're trying to keep him full, and his legs look pretty balanced. They're still not the same size as the upper body, but they look pretty balanced.
They're
But
the best they've been.
the problem is if they try and push this condition harder, is he going to lose a little bit of that leg? And if he loses a little bit of that leg, then he won't be able to compare with Samson.
I think
Right.
Okay, go on, Steph. I'm sorry. Let's see. I want to hear what you say, Drew.
Go ahead.
I think it's not only the leg size, it's also the structure of the legs from the front, how the quad and compared to the adductor is built.
Yep.
That's I think a little bit the issue. What I thought today, but that's it's always depending on the angle and how did the day look. I just thought or was a little bit afraid, is he gonna lose his waist?
I don't know. Let's take a look when he turns back around.
Does
Here.
he do an ab and thigh in this? Oh yeah.
Oh, he does it at the end. I should have let it play.
Especially on the front lat spread.
I mean, I'm not too concerned with his waist. I think the waist is a symptom of his legs. I think because his legs aren't as full as his upper body, the waist doesn't look as small as it should, and he's got a little bit of an imbalance. Especially like when you turn to the back, like watch when he turns to the back. The hamstrings don't get overly detailed. They're not stripped out. And the lower body doesn't compare. Well, I shouldn't say doesn't compare. That's a little harsh, but it's not as big as his back and arms.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Like,
Sure.
look at
But
this.
it is better.
It is.
Yeah.
At the moment, it looks really good.
That's what I'm saying, Ben, is it's better for now. But when they push that condition to where he was,
It hasn't been a long time. It's not like he's taken a big old off season and that tissue cemented.
I'm just wondering if he starts to lose a little bit.
I remember his update from, I think it was 6 weeks out from the Olympia, and his legs didn't look. He lost a lot of legs at the end of that diet.
Yeah.
More than he was able to afford to give up.
See, like, look at that's a pretty big disparity there between upper and lower body.
It's one of the best backs out there, though. Him and
Well,
Regan.
I just want to also preface this by saying we're comparing him to Mr. Olympia. Like if he was, if Samson wasn't there, if Samson wasn't there, he would obviously be the front runner. But
He's the man of the money, yeah.
So that's his ab and thigh he's been working on. Looks better. He looks
I don't
still
like that for him. I don't like that much muscular for him at all.
He's a little bit too square to do that one.
Yeah.
So when he's doing a kind of vacuum, the midsection always looks incredibly good. But when he doesn't do that, and Samson is next to him, then you see the difference of the shape.
Yeah, Sam's got an hourglass
of
sweep.
the structure. That I think that's his biggest mistake, if I can say that like that.
Stefan, two questions. One, do you agree that the imbalance from lower body to upper body is his main problem? And two, can he fix it if that's true?
Yeah, that's what I said before. I think it's very, very hard to fix it because it's not only the size, it's also if
Shape.
just pick out the picture from the Olympia where he's really in shape and the structure of he has such a different structure muscle-wise with roundness and muscle bellies in the upper body than in the lower body. It's not only the size, it structure-wise it looks
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
You just need a front double would be good because actually I just took a look today. No, really a stage picture because on that it looks
No, I
incredibly
know.
good.
I'm looking
Mhm.
for one.
That hotel room picture was insane.
Yeah. I mean, that's an old photo there.
Just Google it, no?
That's another old photo. That's guest posing. See how big his legs look here?
Mhm.
He doesn't
But
have
when
that.
when he's get lean down,
Yeah,
his quads are quite thick, but small from the area is small but thick, and then there is no, I would say, meat in the adductor area, so they
Yeah.
are standing out that far, and that looks kind of, is it maybe it also has something to do a little bit with posing, but
Yeah.
in the front poses the legs not only size wise, structure wise, they don't fit the upper body
Yeah.
that much. I see it
Well,
more from the front than from the back, actually.
it wasn't a problem in 23 because his upper body wasn't as big. He gained so much size in the upper body from 23 to 24 that the imbalance became greater. But I see what Ben's saying about this condition. If he's going to get in this level of condition, then I'm like, okay, is he going to lose something, and can they get there without losing something? Because this is peaked like 100.
Boom,
Yeah, and in
boom.
person, like this does it like really good justice because it was that like
That was
you can just
nasty.
it
That was
was
really
wrapped.
nasty.
I remember
Yeah,
That was really nasty.
I was sitting 4 rows up during this, and I remember me and Ian were blown. Like I'd never seen anybody this hard.
No, that lower body
yeah,
was
it's so
insane.
dry and hard and through the glute. That was crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's gonna have to work to get to this level of condition.
That's what I don't see him matching with that physique update for sure.
Oh, and
But
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
it could be possible in 4.5 weeks. That's
No, no, no.
doable. But as you say, then we're gonna see if the volume drops more. I know what you mean.
Yeah, because it wasn't the same level of crispness.
Here you see what I mean with the legs. For
Mhm.
example, you know the structure of the legs from the front.
Hmm. I'm trying to find a shot where he's like, oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for. You see this? This is kind of what I've been talking about. Do you see how his body is balanced here? Like there's definitely like his legs don't look very volumized, but his upper body's not big enough yet to really show it. On this side, I feel like his legs are
Yeah,
similar
you're right.
similar in size, but his upper body is so much bigger that it made the imbalance that much worse.
But do you see what I mean with the structure of the legs?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, see how big,
Maybe
see how big and
maybe
he is here?
if he would have a lot of more adductors,
Mm.
then it could look quite cool.
Mm, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then another one that, and I don't know if Carlos watches the show.
I think Carlos watches most things.
Dude, we were talking about his posing, and the next time he posted an update, his posing looked like what we were talking about. And I was like, huh, I don't know if he watches the show or somebody else told him. But I was actually really pleasantly surprised. So he posted this.
Mhm.
And we were talking about on the show about how
The quads.
well, he was leaning too far back.
Mhm.
And then he posted another one, and I don't know where the fuck it went. He posted a front lat spread that was like perfect.
Mhm.
Was it any stories, maybe?
Well, it's probably gone now. I think what's that channel?
Who is? And you got to put an I in. There you go.
There it is. I think he posted it. Where the fuck did it go? There it is. Is that it? No, that's the old one.
Mhm.
The new one he posted. I don't know where the fuck it went. Was it
No idea. Didn't
was-
see it.
RX Muscle maybe posted it?
Here.
No.
Oh, that's
That's gone.
Tawny boy.
There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
Yeah, way
See-
better.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
more up right now. That looks like a fucking freak.
Alexa?
Alexa's having a combo.
What the fuck is she doing?
Look at this fucking cartoon. Like, it's insane.
That's
He's a
crazy.
freak.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's a freaky
Someone for
boy.
sure watched our show.
Yeah,
Don't click on that one. Martin looks fucking obscene.
Samson's update. Samson's already in the same condition he was in 1 week out from the Olympia. Martin's update, looking like a freak. His legs look massive.
Mine looks super nice and balanced, doesn't he?
Mm.
Yeah. He's almost like a little bit bottom heavy, but it makes his physique nicer.
Yeah. He looks really good. I like
Yeah.
mine.
I love that picture.
And then there's Sean.
Just a little tank, and he.
I think Sean might freak some people out, man. He's like, what does he weigh here, Stefan? Like 200 pounds?
No, one that was, let me see.
Look at
So
that.
random.
Jesus.
He's choking himself.
It was 193.
Doo-doo-doo.
Can't
Spamming.
believe how round he looked.
Yeah. Crazy.
He's obviously responding to whatever you're doing, Stefan, because he looks, this is the best I've seen him look in a while.
It's really very, very, very simple, very constant. Having more rest than he was used to. Having intense trainings, be sure that you really can train heavy and have fun.
When you say more rest than he was used to, what exactly do you mean? What did you
I
do?
think he was training 7 days through.
Really? Holy shit.
Loves training, one of them kind of guys, isn't he?
So what did you do? Just remove a couple days? Tell him to relax?
I'm actually in off season. I'm a fan of 2-1.
Yeah.
And in comp prep, it's 3-1 can be fine with a high amount of gear, but also
for people-
2-1 is okay
just
for me.
Just for people watching, in case they don't know, you meant two days on, 1 day off.
Exactly.
And then repeat over and over again. So you took some intensity away from him and his body flourished.
Not intensity.
Not intensity, but you gave him some rest.
Yeah.
Just pulled back on his program. Yeah. Yeah. I think some of us need that. I think a lot of bodybuilders, James, when you were
And
saying
he
that,
was always overdoing cardio. He was
Yeah.
really overdoing cardio. He had that stuck in his head.
yeah, we get these things lodged in our head from early on in our careers, and it's hard to go back. James, when you were talking about abs, I thought about that.
Yeah.
You probably thought people are just talking about your abs all the time. So you're like, I'm
Yes, I'm
gonna
like, I'll do them every day, every
Yeah.
workout.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
yeah, I've been in the same place.
Are you doing cardio? I know James Lee spoke a little bit a while back.
I just do 20
Not
minutes,
letting
'cause but it's hardly cardio. Like I said to Stefan, it's okay to keep 20 minutes on the bike in the morning just throughout because it just helps with my brain. So yeah, it's just a home bike. It's not crazy. Just gets my day started nice. Dude, the calories I'm burning on that are probably fucking 100 calories. It's probably fuck all, but it just makes me feel ready to eat and it's a good compromise for what I would do if I wasn't told by Stefan. Because I'll be on that fucking bike for like 45 minutes, hour, and then I'll do it again later in the day if I fucking had to. So it's way better.
Stefan, who's doing the most cardio out of your guys? Are they all doing the same, like around 20 minutes, something like that, or is somebody doing more?
Probably me because I'm just still doing it.
Yogo does a lot, but he is man physique, so
Doesn't count.
yeah. Uh,
He can
let me
afford
think.
he can afford to lose the legs. He's wearing shorts.
Yeah,
He needs
but
to, yeah.
nah, open and classic, I really try to do as least as possible, even for fatigue and muscle separations and all that stuff.
Okay.
I think I've never had a heavy guy doing 1 hour.
Okay, a couple things. One, we're gonna touch on our picks really quick and see if we're gonna make any changes.
Wait, just. James, what do you think? Do you want to show that?
Yeah, you can do, yeah, if you want. It's just
Show what? Show what?
No, I just got a picture from James.
Oh, you did.
Uh-huh.
Is
And
it a saucy picture.
I won't say saucy.
I can't even say how happy I am.
Well, let me be the exclusive. People, you can share it here so people.
So I
it's
send
only
it.
on
Okay,
WhatsApp.
I send it to you. Okay.
Well, can you just you have sharing abilities? Why don't you just share it?
Yeah, but then I do it wrong, and you say that I'm an idiot. So share it yourself, fucker.
You're an idiot. I never called you an idiot. What did you do? Did you send it to my email?
It's just WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
What's that?
It's just today.
You don't have WhatsApp on your computer? How old are you?
It's really good. If
78?
you've got it on your computer, it's really good.
Holy fuck, James.
Is it
I don't
actually
want
even any good?
Wait, hey, come on.
I don't even want
Put it
to
up.
now.
That's a standard shit. I didn't even think that was anything special.
No, it
Was
is.
it today?
James,
From today?
James, I swear it is.
Okay. We like
It's
it.
very.
We like it.
I got to change my picks.
Let's just see the side shots.
All right, let me show.
Oh, is there more
Let
than
me show
one?
you.
Is there a bunch?
No,
Everybody
it's
ready
just,
for this?
it's just,
Shit.
I just got the back shot now.
Oh,
What do you weigh here,
That's
James?
cheap.
Before I show everybody.
It's up
Huh?
to Stefan if he wants to reveal.
What
What
he
is- what
weighs? I have to look. I don't know it by my
I'm lighter than I normally am.
Look at this shit.
I'm lighter than I normally am. But it's getting there. Hamstrings is not,
Oh my God, James. This is like the best I've seen you look in a while.
seeing.
I'm excited for you.
266.5.
Yeah, it's a mirror pick. It's bullshit. It doesn't count.
The front on's probably even. I probably look harder actually in person. To be fair, the mirror's probably-
I like you've adjusted some of your poses, and I do like them. Like
Yeah,
front lat
Stefan-
spread- your front lat spread looks a lot better too. I noticed.
This
too.
is really
And that
fucking
back-
good, man.
It's I say just going over. That's why Vienna was important because we had a chance to just kind of because you can't translate things necessarily over the phone, and I look
Right.
very different in phone shots than person.
And you know, it's also when it comes to posing, I'm that people always say I'm crazy or lunatic or whatever because I jump around the athletes and I see them from every angle. You know, I need to get my perspective to build that 3D picture of the athlete in my head or in my mind. Then I
Right.
jump around and see, and then I go in and show the angles, and then I force them to see themselves from the side to know where the upper body and lower body position should be, and so you can work that out. That's you nearly can coach everything online, but you can't coach posing when
Right.
it comes to
Stefan,
detail
and
online.
lads, the funniest thing actually was when I got back and I posed after training with Jordan I trained with. I did the front double how we adjusted it, and he went, "What the fuck?" He's like, "That's like a whole new pose." He said, "It's even like it looks like you're doing a fucking semi vacuum." I'm like, "I'm not, but I just adjusted." So yeah, no, just little things like that. They're
Funny,
nice to
man.
see.
It's funny. It doesn't matter what you have. It's what you can show.
Yeah, so important, and that's why I try to say about being a good bodybuilder, guys. It's more than how much you fucking lift in the gym.
Yeah.
Like,
Want to so we'll go back to this. I got to make some changes now because of James. Let me see here. Okay.
How is your internet company with programming going, Fouad?
Good. I got 10 new clients after last week. Actually, since you said that, listen, anybody watching who wants to join us when we do predictions or the fantasy league or rate your physique or rate your form, go to realbodybuildingpodcast.com, drop your email here. This whole website is going to be ready probably in a couple weeks. And you guys can start. We're going to have a lot of prizes for people who win predictions. We're going to have prizes for people who win the fantasy league. We're going to have prizes for people who are the best at like the rate your physique that week kind of thing. So
What's the fantasy league?
So I started a fantasy league. You ever seen fantasy football or anything like
it's
that?
quite popular in fantasy football.
So what it is, Stefan, is you basically each athlete, each bodybuilder is given a certain amount of points. So like Samson say is worth 8,000 points.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Body is worth 6,000 points.
And you build a roster or something like
and then you
that.
build a roster. So everybody starts with say like 15,000 points at the beginning of the season.
I did that with Formula One.
Yeah,
so I know it.
You build out your team of people, and then you follow them through the year. And then as the year goes, if your guys win or your guys,
so it's a 1-year project.
Yeah, it's a 1-year project, but there's going to be prizes for each show, but then there'll be a grand prize at the end of the year for like.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, so this is it hasn't been fully built out yet, but this is the dashboard, like the first page when you join. So when you join, you'll have like this is the show you're predicting. This is the
for sure you lead everywhere.
Yeah, it says I'm winning everything. Yeah. This is like the rate your physique section, which means you'll put in your photos, you put in your stats and everything, and then me, Ian, or whoever is judging with me that day will put in the rating and like whatever notes of what you need to do to correct your imbalances. And then down here you have the fantasy league, and it'll show like the leaderboard of who is leading in the fantasy league and how many points they have and all that. So, and then on top of this, we'll have a rate your form section where you'll be able to plug in like your squat or your bench press or your shoulder press or whatever it is.
Cool.
Yeah. So we can help you fix whatever your form looks like. If your form is shit, we'll do commentary on it. We'll be able to help you with that.
We make it live, do commentary.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, there'll be some of it. Some of it will be live. Some of it will feature on the podcast and stuff like that. But I'm excited. It's going to start. It'll be up and running in a couple weeks. So anyway, back to our predictions.
You always have that many tasks open?
Got a lot of tabs open.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like to just keep stuff open. That way I know what I'm
Show me your desktop. For sure, there are 700 million shit things on it.
No, my desktop. It's funny. My desktop I actually keep pretty clean.
Area.
Because you have everything.
I have everything open already. Yeah. Okay. Are we changing anything? Let me go through.
I did it.
What do I got here? Samson, Derek, Andrew, Brandon, William. I think I might want to change this now. Fuck.
No, man, leave me in that, and then hopefully if I do bad, then it's a good surprise.
No, I want to win. I don't want to fucking leave you there.
How often do you want to change your predictions? Really?
Every week.
Stay with it.
No, why? That every time I see an update is a chance for me to make this perfect.
No, nobody should be able to do that.
No, I said that, but that's fun. There's nothing to do every week.
Yeah.
Ben, you want to change anything? Well, I think John's out, right? I don't think John's
I heard that, but I didn't change where James and Brandon. I think it's going to be a interesting. I still have James ahead of William.
Okay.
Carlos is freaky. I don't know. I think those three could go. Brandon, James, and Carlos in my head.
I'm going to kiss Carlos backstage and make him blush so he won't on stage.
Yeah.
Brandon Curry's latest update looks pretty good. This one?
Yeah, Brandon.
We have seen that. We already watched.
Yeah, we watched it. I just want to say it's like I'm waiting for him to post more. Like this is a good look for him.
So full around.
He could play in the new Schwarzenegger movie with that Christmas.
Yeah, the one with the Reacher.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna leave predictions the same for now, I guess.
Yeah, leave them the same, I think.
Where's Stefan? What did you do here, Stefan? I just want to see again. Samson,
Yeah,
Derek, Samson, Derek, James, Andrew. I don't know. After seeing that last update, fuck.
Let
All
it
right.
simmer. Let it simmer.
Are you sure you don't want to bet anything, Stefan? It makes it more fun
Nope.
for me.
I'm forbidden. I'm not allowed. No way.
All right.
Maybe live at the Arnold's when I'm a little bit drunk, you could force me to do something like that, you know?
Catch you.
So
Catch him
take
on
your
his guards.
chance. Watch out.
What other updates did we see this week? Anything good that we have to touch on? What do you guys think?
I have no, because you said something. It's a little bit off topic, but you know we have so many shows and so many Olympia competitors that I was thinking about how when I would run the NPC or the IFB Pro League, how I would do it. I would go back to a point system, but just to a point system, not qualified by winning, just point system. And I would do, you get for the Olympia 100
Yeah.
for the win. For the second, you get 70. For the third, you get 50.
Okay.
For every pro show win, you get 10. Probably I would do the Arnold's a little bit higher with, let's say, 30, 20, and 10, but all the other wins get 10. So we would be sure that every winning Olympia would be qualified because you can't win 10 shows and throw him out or whatever. And then I would take the best 15.
Yeah, I think we've discussed that on the show before because we were trying to discuss how to keep the numbers down at the Olympics.
In a fair manner, you know, really, and forcing the people to compete, forcing the people to get points.
Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, look, I think it's a good idea regardless, but I don't know if it's as necessary in
open not that much
bodybuilding as it is in classic and men's physique. Because in classic and men's physique, they show up at the Olympia with 40 fucking competitors or 50 competitors.
70.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I think in those classes, it's much more important to keep the numbers down to make the show faster. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think it's
that's why the Arnold is so fun to watch and be at.
I love how the Arnold does it. I like that whole process because
why? Because it's an invitational and keeps the classes small.
And the show really well.
And to even like typically their request for the Arnold at Ohio is that you have to have won pro shows. Right. So unless you're like a freak rising star that they're really excited to see, it's hard to get an invite, which obviously some people do. But yes, you know the caliber's like it's a good quality of show regardless. So
yeah. Well, I think I understand the fact that the Olympia is the Olympia, so they have to have all the classes. Everybody has a chance. Everybody has a chance to get there. But I think, you know, what Stefan said and what we've said on previous podcasts is the only fair way to do it so that you can keep the numbers down.
There needs to be a three call outs.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Like, I mean, look, I think every class at the Olympia
15 to 20
limited
maximum
to 15 competitors, right? Because it's not only the fact that of timing. Most fans that are watching only want to see the top cream of the crop not bodybuilders, but people in that class.
That's for sure.
So if you're a men's physique guy, I mean, look, they don't place anybody after 15 anyway.
No.
After 15, everybody else is 16th.
Exactly.
So that's kind of got to tell you something right there. So yeah, no, I agree with that. Anything else happened this week? I thought something else. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys about Regan. I wanted to ask you, James, about Regan being on.
Yeah.
Regan says he can beat Nick Walker. I want to know what your thoughts are on that.
Anyone can beat anyone at this level, I think. It just depends how fucking good people come in, man. Like, you can't, it only takes that one show for everything to change. And I've seen it happen with against me or me against someone and other people. Like, the quality and the standard is so high that if any of these guys come in at a slightly new level, they could change the whole course of the bodybuilding scene. Regan's good enough that if he came in the kind of mature condition that someone like Nick Walker brings, he has the size, he has the clavicle width, he has the structure, he has a crazy back. Imagine him dialed in, looking hard rather than that kind of typical Regan, separated but not super hard looking. That will change the look enough to get him to win. Like, I'm not saying he can or can't. But,
you know what? You're right. Because when I think of Martin, there was a
Yeah, he
certain
was that guy. Same thing.
narrative around Martin, and then as soon as he almost beat Nick,
Mm-hmm.
the narrative changed.
Yes.
Like when
And
he
that was actually our plan. We always said that we go to New York, he was qualified. We want to show the world that it is comparable. And
Yeah.
it worked out brilliant.
You think that's fair on Martin though? Because when he did Texas and the UK Arnold, I think he surprised a lot of fucking people then. He went toe to toe with Andrew because I was there, and there were some people that had that closer than
In the
UK.
UK, dude. In the UK, he was like he's already exceptional then.
listen, I'm not saying that's not true, but
But then he took like 2 years off, so I think it went
no, I
quiet
know,
on
but
him.
there's a thing that like I think sometimes we're in a bubble and you forget that there's layers to the bodybuilding community. So in our circle, in the inner circle, the hardcore circle of bodybuilding, everybody knew Martin was there. Everybody saw the shape. Everybody saw him compete against Andrew. Then the other layers of bodybuilding weren't there yet. They didn't know because they don't see, maybe they don't see the potential as much. They don't watch the smaller shows. Maybe they'll only watch the Arnold. Maybe they only watch when Nick's competing. Maybe the other media channels don't pick it up, these kind of things.
That's during
Right?
that 2 year break as well, did that for him as well. Took him out
No,
of
no.
that discussion.
What I'm saying is once he competes with somebody like Nick, and Nick has got 1.5 million followers and he's seen as a top 5 Olympian. Once he does that, now all the media channels pick it up. All like the RX muscles and the fucking Nick strength and powers and this, and it starts to get disseminated amongst the outer circles of bodybuilding. And then people are like, oh, he's in the conversation. We already knew he was going to get there. But I think once he proved it by standing next to Nick, it kind of finally like everybody believed it, right? Because I think he was good against Andrew, but Andrew beat him pretty decisively. No or yes?
Yeah, no, that show.
I don't have that show in my mind back.
I'm just saying, like when Andrew,
I don't think it was as I was there. I don't think it was as convincing as it was made out to be.
I'm not asking what your opinion was. I'm asking amongst the bodybuilding world.
Oh yeah, everyone was obsessed with Andrew. It was only Andrew.
Everybody, nobody said, well,
it was only really people like you said that, people that were like, that was like.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So
Okay, sure.
when he almost beat Nick, the outward conversation in bodybuilding was, holy fuck, if he can almost beat Nick, that means he's a top 5 guy. So the conversation then started because you remember he was in Detroit and he beat Vito and people were really impressed, but he still didn't have that.
Yeah, because Vito hadn't beat
That is his
those
first
guys
show.
yet.
It was his first IFBB show, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think it was actually.
It was
It
Vito's
was his first pro show, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
It's the same thing with Andrew when Andrew did it, but Andrew already had that like momentum from the social
When he
media
got
stuff.
pro already. I saw him when he
yeah.
got pro at the Arnold's amateur. Boom.
Okay, let's do some questions.
Do so.
Let's do some questions. What do you think, Stefan? What do you want to do?
What?
The funniest drunk story of all the members.
Oh, mine is definitely when I destroyed my knee.
Why? Tell me that. What happened?
I was playing in that black metal band, okay? And it was our first concert, and it was called Jingle Hells because it was on the 22nd of December.
Yeah.
And I got so motherfucking drunk that I even recognized that I pulled out the cable of my bass and going completely nuts, not playing. But that was not the best thing. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I saw all the people waiting for me to stage dive. There were no people. And I jumped.
Oh no. What the fuck?
I jumped, and I think at 6 I woke up and my knee was stuck into that angle and that big. I started drinking again and didn't go to the doctor for 2 years.
Are you serious?
I tore my ACL, I tore my menisci, I have loss of cartilage grade 4. Yeah. But it was kind of funny.
Was it just alcohol or you got a bunch of drugs too?
I think just alcohol, but going all in.
Holy fuck, man. And you can't feel that, can you? He froze.
What?
Rose at the right fundamental
You can't
time.
feel, you said you don't feel pain that well. So like your knee was fucked. Did you even know your knee was fucked?
Oh,
You
no. He's...
froze again.
That
Yeah.
it is
You're gone. Come back. Are you back? Okay, he's not back. We'll wait till he comes back. Ben, do you have a drunk story?
back.
Oh, you're back now.
I'm back. Yeah. You think
Before I go to Ben, did you feel your knee or no?
I felt it, but you know, it was more annoying than having pain. I can remember my brother had a sports car back then, and
Yeah.
always when I went into the car, my meniscus went out. So I just pulled it back with my thumb.
Oh. What the fuck, man? Ben, do you have a drunk story or no?
A lot of them. I can't really remember a lot too. The good one I think I told before is when Luke and I were at FIBO and we got drunk, but we hijacked some VIP member with Flex. We use Flex Lewis as basically our negotiation tool.
Yeah.
Like we were like, I was like, I go to the guy, I was like, hey, can we get in? She goes, it's a private event for this big like Turkish supplement company. And I said, if I bring Flex Lewis down and you guys can take pictures with him and we'll just, and they were like, yeah, sure, come in. So then, so I go up and I'm like, hey, Flex, we're good. He's like, cool, yeah. He goes down there and he goes, hey, what the fuck did you just agree to? They're like this fucking line.
Like whatever I had to get in.
Yeah. And then, yeah, Luke and I got like, very, very drunk. And then they wanted Luke to pay for something that he hadn't paid for. And then Luke got very angry. And then German police came and
Oh, no.
it was funny. It was funny.
Me and you got fucking shit-faced in Tampa.
No, we didn't, remember?
Oh yeah, we didn't.
We never got...
For Paul's birthday, right?
Huh?
That was for Paul's birthday, hey.
That was for Paul's birthday.
I was steaming at the Olympia because of you.
You were what?
I was steaming at the Olympia because of you when we were in
Oh
Vegas.
yeah, that's
Looking
right.
for dinner. I had that really
Wait,
nice dinner and you just kept
I
passing me fucking whiskeys.
I got
I was gone, mate.
yeah.
What was the Arnold? Was it Arnold last year where Paul and I left you and Ian just sitting on the curb for
Oh my God.
like 3 in the morning? We're like, we're going to bed. Fuck you guys.
Stefan,
You
this
guys
must have been my most embarrassing moment. I think I can't remember how much we drank, but we're in Columbus. I'm sitting.
Was that the show where you were sick afterwards and disappeared?
No. No. What do you
I
mean?
think so. It was either the Olympia in the last 2 years or the Arnolds when you were sick on the Sunday then.
The Arnold, he's been shit-faced at all of them with me, for sure.
Everyone.
I was sitting outside the hotel on the fucking curb on the street, like 1 in the morning, and Paul comes over and Paul's like, you know, you own a company. You probably shouldn't be sitting out here on the fucking road. I was like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Nobody cares. Me and Ian sat out there. I don't even think Ian was drunk at that point. I think he was just watching me to make sure I didn't do anything stupid. But yeah, we just too much. Just too much. Sometimes
Toronto was bad too.
why? What happened in Toronto?
The
I love
UFC.
it.
Oh, the UFC was bad. Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah,
No, the UFC was
This
bad.
one was bad. That one was bad. Yeah, that one was bad too. Oh shit, that one. I love it.
The UFC one, we end up in, there was like, all of us end up in my hotel room eating those hot dogs and drinking shots of whiskey out of that bottle.
Stefan,
Which,
we ended up back. We watched the UFC in Toronto. We end up back in Ben's hotel room, I think. And then we had a bottle of whiskey. And we had nothing to drink it with. And we just
full, unopened, like a full fucking bottle.
yeah, full bottle. It was like a 40. We just started passing it around. We're just passing it around, just drinking.
Good old times.
So listen, so that we finished it. Then we're like, let's get more. And I'm wondering to myself, why are we getting more? It's like 3 in the morning at this point. We're all fucked.
It's that week, man.
Let's get more. So we open the mini bar. We go through the entire mini bar. We drink everything in the mini bar. Then Ian goes, I got more of my mini bar. So Ian goes to his mini bar, brings
Like,
all of the shit from his mini bar. We fucking drink all of that. I finally said, guys, I'm fucking done. It's like 4 or 5 Ian and Ben are like competing. They don't want to stop. They fucking keep
egos
going.
are out.
I went to bed. They kept going for another hour by
Yeah,
themselves.
we're literally in my room just drinking, bed even talking, just fucking wasted. Looking at each other like, why are we still doing this? We're like, you want to go to bed now? Like, let's do another one.
Just trying to see who's going to quit first. Retarded. Anyway, okay.
Ian the next day lost.
Oh my God, Ian. The next day, he
Really?
didn't have alcohol poisoning, but he looked like he had alcohol poisoning. He was
Jaundice. Was he looking yellow? Was he looking real
fucking
fucking?
so bad.
I got a picture somewhere on my phone. His face was white. His eyes were red. It was fucking hilarious.
How is Ian? I haven't spoken to Ian for ages. I know this is random, but I hope he's well.
He's really
It's
good.
obviously
Trying to get his lady pregnant.
good. I wish him all the best. I love Ian. I think he's a great person.
He's trying to once he gets his lady pregnant,
Full on bodybuilder again.
said he might come back.
I wouldn't be
Ooh.
surprised.
Yeah. I mean, he's still
Still jacked.
He was at my house for a while ago. He's still eating. You know, he's still eating every 2 hours, eats 5 meals a day or whatever. He still eats like a bodybuilder, still trains like a bodybuilder.
Doesn't
He's just
leave
not,
it.
he's just not on anything because he's trying to do the daddy thing, you know?
Yeah. I hope it pans out well for him soon because then he can crack on.
Yeah.
Kind of miss it.
Will we be able to watch the Arnold Classic on pay-per-view? Yes. I'm not sure the link yet. What's something you tried either in your bodybuilding career or with coaching that you didn't think would work but ended up having great results? Ben or Stefan, I'll let you go first. Is there something you tried? I think it's actually more interesting from a coaching perspective.
Coach input, yeah, for sure. Because I don't think an athlete can
You
rethink
tried
that.
with a client that you're like, this is never going to fucking work, and then you were like,
Yeah,
pleasantly
I would say in general, you know, when you start, you have some dogmas in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think in black and white.
Hmm.
And per accidental, you try then a different training split, which was not in your dogma.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then you start recognizing that everything works if the effort is right.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I would say it like that.
Yeah. It took me a long time to figure that out. It took me 15 years to figure that out.
Yeah, I would say quite the same for me.
Well, because you know how it is when people start training, everybody gets married to the thing that worked for them, right?
Uh-huh.
That's why you see
Exactly.
that's why you see all these arguments on social media because
Mhm.
these people have been training for 5 years, say, and they do this, they think this thing works because it worked for them, and they're convinced that nothing else works. Or their way, or their way is the best way.
The problem with that is no matter what your genetics are, for the first couple of years, a lot works.
Everything
Whether
works.
it's
You're very,
it's all
you're
gonna
very
work.
responsive in a
So
video.
you can form really bad foundations on on that really
Just
because-
easily,
because
and
the
then
response, yeah.
and then be married to them because they worked in that first 2-3 years, and that's when you made your most progress because you went from doing nothing to something.
You get away with quite a lot of shit in the beginning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think you can. I think if I don't know how to put this. I think if you're genetically predisposed to being a bodybuilder,
There's science.
but I was going to say you can get away with. You can do it in many different ways.
Yeah, for sure. That's the point, actually. But you still need effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I just mean like
Application of effort, yeah.
you know, you see things online now, and you're like, well, don't do too much volume because that's not optimal, or don't do this exercise, it's not optimal, or don't do your form like this because not op. And I'm like,
I hate it.
It just makes my head hurt because I'm like,
Yeah.
I still always come back to what thing do you enjoy doing the most, and then
You have to-
run
it has
that
to be
as
enjoyable.
run that as hard as you can, right?
Right.
Because otherwise, why the fuck are you bodybuilding for? If you're not going to do it the way you enjoy doing it, fuck it. It's not
yeah,
worth
but I think that's a new thing, Ben. Is I think some people aren't. Look, I'll put it this way: if you took bodybuilding, say, any time before 2005, it was kind of still cultish.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Or even before 2000, maybe if you want to go back even
But
further.
everything was cultish because there
Oh,
was
no.
Because there's
social
exposure.
media.
Yeah.
No, but hear me out for a second. No, it wasn't. Like if you looked at football, football was very mainstream. Soccer, these are very mainstream sports, right? If you look at bodybuilding, is very cultish.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
nobody, what I'm trying to say is nobody did bodybuilding before social media unless they loved bodybuilding.
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
yes. And that's
That's
mate, yeah.
100%. Yes.
Right. So this is what I'm trying to say is now a faction of people have entered the conversation that are doing it because you can make money, because you can get popular, because you could be an influencer, because there's a lot more because than before. Because before, none of those things existed. You were either good and you could get a contract with somebody and you were competing and you loved it, and that's the only reason you would do it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do it like for popularity or money or anything, because it wasn't like that before.
I think nobody ever thought about making a living out of it.
Do you know what?
You did,
Look,
Fouad?
I think I did. Yeah. I quit.
Really?
He's an Arab. He's trying to make money everywhere. What the fuck's doing?
Yeah, but you are Europeans now. For us Europeans, maybe for British more because you had the pro card at the British. But for example, for European bodybuilders, it was just, there was the overall winner of the European Championship which got a pro card, or the overall winner of the World Championship which got a pro card. That's just impossible for 90% to get a pro.
Yeah, but Stefan, hold on. I know you think it's the same for me because, or easy for me because I'm in North America. You'd be really, really shocked. Being from Canada, I might as well been from Europe because I remember there was only, first of all, there was only 2 shows you get a pro card at. And secondly, companies, when they wanted to sponsor you, as soon as you told them you were from Canada, they're like, oh, no, it's too much. You got to
really?
Oh, yeah, it was a nightmare. I remember speaking to 3 different sponsors specifically that were like, no, we don't want to we want somebody from inside the US. And I'm like, I can cross the border in 5 minutes. I'm right on the border. And they're like, no, it's okay. We want somebody American. So being Canadian, I had the same struggles that Europeans.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I remember when people would turn pro back then, like I remember when Evan turned pro, for example.
Yeah.
He's on the cover of MD. He's got like a lot of press. Everybody knows who he is. He won the USA. When I won the Canadas, I got like this little fucking picture in the back of like Muscle Mag.
Yep.
So we had the same trials and tribulations that the Europeans did.
You know, the only time, Fouad, that I felt different to that is the only time that British bodybuilding felt like it was more Americanized, and it was because of Flex.
Yeah.
The year Flex won, because he had already had his kind of interactions with Gaspari and he was already doing content with them.
Yep.
It made a lot of us go, oh shit, bodybuilding can take you out of here. We used it as it was like a tool to get out of here.
Right. That's why I said that to Stefan when he said nobody bodybuilded for money. I kind of think I did because for me it was, I saw Frank McGrath and then myself. We were kind of the first ones out. And then Frank got an animal contract. I was 1 year later, I got a Muscle Tech contract. And I was making good money my first contract. I was like, this is okay. And then after that, I think Ben Pekulski turned pro and he got a contract, and then it kind of snowballed from there. There was Ian and then Reagan and then like a bunch of other pros came along. But I got my Muscle Tech contract. I was like, I can do all right with this. And then I got a Weeder contract. So when you started combining contracts, you're like, okay, I'm doing
all right for myself.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's weird because again, not because this isn't really the subject matter, but I remember just being like, oh, I'm so shit at everything. I think the only thing I've got an opportunity to make a living in is bodybuilding. That was literally it. I was like, fuck, I got nothing else I can do. I've got to pour everything into this because it has to work. I've got no fucking second chance.
Well, I was actually I was at the university taking an honors in criminology. I wanted to be like
profiler or something like that.
I wanted to be in the police station, but I wanted to like move up. Like SWAT or detective or something like that.
I can see that.
And then I started bodybuilding and I was like, yeah, I don't want to fucking do the school shit anymore. It sucks.
Yeah.
So I left, but I kind of closed all the doors behind me. So I was like, I got to fucking make some money at this.
The thing is,
that's kind of how it works, though.
You have to close the doors, otherwise you're not fully committed. It's like this weird, I either sink or swim.
Well, I've always liked the saying, if you chase 2 rabbits, you lose both.
Yeah.
Right. So I figured I had to just chase one. and that's what happened. So, but yeah, I did it to make money. I didn't do it to make money, but I knew there was a money making aspect to it. So that was like, okay, I can do this for a living, you know.
Also, though, on that subject, the appeal for money in bodybuilding for me was never like, I didn't care if I made a lot. I just wanted to make enough. Yeah, bodybuilders are very. I used to picture myself living in like a little masonette, like which is a small house, with a few trophies under my belt and just enough money to live how I want to live, and that was it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you weren't thinking about millions.
I was the same way. I was like, you know what? If I can make 50 to 100 grand a year, I can pay for my food. I can fucking work out. I can buy a small house. That's good enough.
Steak. I can eat steak and eggs and train. Bang.
And then you realize if you're good enough, you can start coaching, you can start selling merchandise, you can start doing, and then it kind of like opens up a little bit more for you. So
For sure.
I don't know. It's interesting.
It is, man.
Where are we here? Sorry, I got carried away.
It's good. I like to look back because sometimes it's hard to explain to people the difference in how things are. And it's not that we're trying to be negative, because it's not that, because there is loads of positivity today. It's just there is a lot of nostalgia to the time. You know, again, I came after you, but I do remember specifically like 2004 and 5 when I first really got interested, and those early 2000s on just how different things were. And it is a time that's very magical to anyone that had a chance to experience it.
Yeah, I feel lucky that I was in the middle of it. Like, I got to experience the magazine days, and then I got to experience.
Yeah, you got a bit of both, which is really cool, because that's like
Yeah.
magazine days for me. I got in a couple right at the end, but I never had that. We weren't in a position to get a contract like you guys had, like MD and shit like that, which would have been cool. Just to, you know, you look at like Jay's room with the posters like that and shit, and you think, fuck, that was one of your covers. And
Dude, I liked having a Weeder contract was like
I bet that's badass.
proud moment for me. I'm like,
Well, in bodybuilding, that's like,
yeah,
I suppose with football, when Adidas Predators were like the soccer boot, Adidas, David Beckham had that was this, mate. Weeder was that.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Did you ever get Joe Weeder tattooed on your cock?
Joe Weeder.
Out of loyalty, just a loyal, just to say thank you.
JW.
Big JW, just write big JW on the side of the shaft.
This guy says, how much money do you get paid from supplement companies? I think it's going to vary.
100 million a year.
Well, I'll tell you this. Back in the day, this is the thing. Back in the day when you turned pro, if you weren't like, let's say you weren't like a phenom, the starting contract at almost every supplement company back in the day was $2,000 a month. That was kind of like your starting. If you had some potential, you would move to 3 or 4 or 5, whatever rate it was. But I don't know, if you're 25 years old and you're making $50,000 a year, you're like,
Well, that's fucking nice.
and you're doing,
And you're lifting weights and eating chicken.
and you're lifting weights and eating fucking KFC on the weekends. You're like, life's pretty good. Like, keep doing this.
Damn, man.
I probably order McDonald's now.
Now,
McDonald's.
why you feel like it?
No, that KFC inspired me now.
See,
We were in McDonald's every day in Vienna because of Yannicka.
This happens to me on the podcast, Stefan. We start talking about food, and then when I get off, I want to eat junk.
You can have McDonald's.
Yeah. Top 3 most charismatic bodybuilders ever.
Charismatic.
And just charismatic.
Just charismatic.
Leela Brock.
Yeah. Arnold
Really?
Schwarzenegger. Number
Well,
one.
Arnold's got to be number 1. Arnold's got to be number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Arnold is
So much charisma.
I'm going to say Chris is second.
I don't know
I
if
would
Chris is
also-
close to charisma.
What do you
I
mean?
would go with Lee Priest. I would probably go with Lee Priest.
Charisma.
Charisma's a little bit. Charisma for me, I feel like, I don't know. My interpretation of charisma is a little bit more
Define
energetic.
charisma.
Like I feel like energy comes with charisma, and I feel like Chris has a great following and has a really nice aura, but I don't think he's outward enough to be on a charisma level of some of those guys.
Yeah, I think when you think charisma, you think
I do. I think a little
you
bit.
think entertainment.
Yeah, I do a little bit. I think like
No.
get
When
the
I
people going.
When I think charisma, I think the guy who's always got the perfect answer.
Yeah.
You ever see those old clips of Arnold when he's on like Johnny Carson? He just
I probably have.
he's got
No,
a
it was magic.
got a
Nobody
one-
was
got a
ever
one-liner.
better.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
got a one-liner just ready always. I kind of feel like that about Chris. When Chris is up there and he's,
Oh, so it's
he
perfect.
wins the Olympia, they give him the mic. His speech is like, it looks like he fucking planned it for like, it looks like he wrote it for like 3 months ago and just reread it.
Yeah.
Until, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that's, Ben, what do you think?
But what do you think of the Lee Priest idea? Not?
Lee's listening now, by the way. He did WhatsApp, said, "Good morning, fellas."
Oh, Lee, yeah, I know Leela.
Now, Charisma's got to be classy too, and Lee ain't
Yeah,
classy.
Lee, so you're not.
Okay, so it must be classy?
No,
I
no,
think so.
Charisma's your own. Charisma's your own
It's got-
interpretation, isn't it?
Well, it can't be not classy. It can't be offensive. Otherwise, there's no charisma. Charisma is actually your
Charismatic,
endearing.
though. Charismatic.
Not
is-
polar.
Okay,
Polarizing.
then say Jay Cutler.
No.
I don't think during Jay's
Jay,
reign.
listen,
Now,
maybe now, but Jay,
yeah, during his
Jay
reign, he was like a
during-
box. He was just like,
Jay during his career was literally called vanilla. That was like on the message.
and I think he would say that himself as well. I think he'd say that himself.
I'm
would,
sticking
right?
with. I'm gonna say still Lee Labrada. That man, when he speaks,
I don't know, but I don't know if I was
hold
a-
your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose Lee.
But that's only because you know him personally. I'm talking like outwardly in
Yeah,
public.
true. You do know.
I don't know
very
if
well.
anybody knows that.
Would you didn't
Oh,
say
Cedric.
anything now.
Cedric is
Cedric was really charismatic.
Who's number 2? Arnold. We all agree on Arnold. Who's
Arnold's
number
so far ahead; it's hard to fucking say, isn't it?
This guy says Ronnie, Kai.
Kai, maybe.
Lee
Kai?
says, "I'm very charismatic." Cunt. Thank you, Stefan. Love it.
Charisma is like who motivates you to be a bodybuilder. I don't know if that's the definition. Let me
That's
see.
motivation.
Well, I think
that's
everyone has their
motivational,
own
that's not-
charismatic as a description.
Yeah,
All right. The definition is exercising a compelling charm, which inspires devotion in others. That's
Oh,
Chris.
Okay.
That's Chris.
That's Chris, yes, for sure, 100%.
He has a compelling charm. That's literally
Yes.
Chris, you're just a big, walking, compelling charm.
Okay, so we have Arnold, we have Chris, so who is third?
I might say Ronnie off of that definition.
Yeah, maybe.
Ronnie's a
Yeah.
Ronnie's
Okay.
like, it's funny. Ronnie's charismatic by accident.
Yeah, but it's still there.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah.
it's true.
Like,
He
you
was
watch
the
any of
reason
those
for
vid-
bodybuilding for me,
What's that?
for example. He was the reason that I wanted to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a lot of people's reason around that early, like say
It was
2000s.
mine. Yeah, mine wasn't Arnold. Mine was Ronnie.
Yeah,
Ryan,
mine too.
name your most
Yeah.
charismatic bodybuilder. Let's see what the guys think.
See what they say.
Oh, this guy. Have you guys seen? Okay, this guy just said something about Green Book. This is one of my favorite movies. Have any of you
Green
watched
Book?
the movie Green Book?
That sounds gay.
How
man.
is it
That
called
sounds
in
very
German?
gay. It's like
Let
The
me see what
Notebook
is in
and-
German.
Come on, man. I'm not watching that on principle.
I know you're gonna say that, you fucking asshole.
Love that.
I'm telling you, it's a good fucking movie, man.
I just saw the picture and it's for sure gay.
It's for sure gay.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. I can just tell.
Oh, it's thingy, Vigo.
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen is fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Aragon.
Yeah, maybe it's not
He's
gay.
o-
Maybe
he's
it's-
only good as Aragon. That's it.
Maybe it's not gay. When he good in that other film as well?
I'm telling you, it's a
History of
fucking true
Violence.
story, and it's a great movie.
Is it a gay true story?
Is it
There
Brokeback
is a
Mountain
gay,
2?
there is a gay person in the movie.
Fucking knew it.
Apparently, it is a great movie. I'm getting feedback as well.
See,
saying.
I fucking told you guys.
What about? Oh no, this has nothing to do with anything. I'm just giving an update because I'm nearly finished with Shogun and I love it. Shogun's really good.
Oh,
I heard that's really good.
Yeah, I'm on like that.
that's
I've got
fucking
like
awesome.
yeah, I've got like one episode left. Sick.
I want to be a Japanese
but it's
guy
all-
because it's so cool.
You need to go to do what he did in James Bond, that James Bond film where they do the face.
Hey, but
Yeah.
it's all in subtitles. I don't want to fucking read that.
No, it's
shit.
good though, man, because it
You
makes you
need
captivated
that.
because you
You
need to feel
need
the
that.
experience.
But it's incredible. It's really, it's mind
Isn't
blowing.
isn't the
I know
main
why-
lady? Can I just say the main lady in it, the one she's a translator.
Oh, she's crazy good.
I think she's stunning.
Yeah, she is.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
really. And I said to Yannicka, and Yannicka's like,
She looks like
she's
a
getting
boy.
annoyed at me, but I'm like, yeah, she's stunning. Anyway,
Looks like a boy. Definitely looks like a boy.
no, she's not. She's
No.
there's a beauty to her, man. There's something that makes you really appreciate people like Ben.
Who?
Asians?
I'm an acquired taste, mate. I'm glad you've got it.
I watched Vaiana 2 yesterday.
Isn't that a
Yes.
cartoon?
Yeah, the new Disney Vaiana
Oh,
2.
Moana too. Oh, yeah.
But you have kids. You watch with your kids. How old are your kids again?
My
Yeah,
daughter
we
is
watched it,
15, so it's not that kid stuff. But I really like Disney movies. I like the mood you get.
They put you in a good one.
I can never get curious about a cartoon movie. I don't know why.
We need to convince
Oh
you,
my-
convert you, sorry.
Go
Maybe we
watch
should do
Cars,
that next
mate.
time.
Cars is a good one.
Cars.
Cars is brilliant.
We're moving on to Disney
Excellent.
movies.
All right, let's go back. Top 5
Yes.
desserts of all time. I'm curious.
Top
Top
5.
five
Lion
what?
King's right up there, isn't it?
No, desserts.
Oh, you said Disney movies.
I was in for that.
I was proper still. I was like, yeah, boy, let's go.
I was like, I'm clued up on Disney from there.
Shit, I didn't realize you said that. Sorry. Got lost. My bad.
Top five desserts of all time.
Sticky toffee pudding's up there.
I'm putting carrot cake in my top 5.
Ben, sticky toffee pudding? You can have that in there, bro?
Yeah.
I need to
I
say
like
the
a- I like a
German
spotted
word
dick.
because it's
What happens
because
to
it's so Apfelstrudel.
Ooh,
That's proper.
Apple strudel. Apple strudel's good.
apple strudel?
Apple
Yeah,
strudel.
it
You
beats the
have to say it
shit
like
out of
he says
apple. It beats the shit out of apple pie.
You're only
The
saying that.
pastries.
Okay.
No, it's with the peel.
Can I
the
just
pastries
preface?
so much
Okay,
better.
just hold on. I got to preface this with Ben is discriminatory towards anything American.
No, he's not.
Really?
Oh, not my wife is
You
American. My
kidding
son's
me?
American.
Every time he's on this fucking show, we're talking about food. Everything in Europe is better.
It
Well,
is.
that's true. That's
Apple
true.
crumble.
But that's nothing to do with me.
true.
Rhubarb
I
crumble.
can't help that. That's not my fault.
I'm on a show with 3 Europeans.
Have you ever had
Not
a
my fault.
rhubarb crumble?
That sounds
Yeah.
horrible.
Crumble is that's
Crumble's
magic.
amazing.
Rhubarb
Yeah.
crumble is especially good.
Apple,
Sounds
apple
so
and rhubarb.
bad.
Apple
Good, man. You're just not
With some
cultured. in this.
custard.
You're not cultured in food.
Custard and a little bit of
Not
cream
cultured
too.
enough.
If you make a cake out of carrot, you are lost.
What? Are you
Yeah,
kidding me? Carrot cake is fucking delicious. What are you talking about?
it's
I love how
boring.
quickly Fouad gave up on the look of a rhubarb crumble there.
No, I'm gonna look at it, but he just.
Oh, I thought you just fucking.
No, he threw me off.
He came back. He came
No,
back for the fight.
Carrot cake.
This is
Carrot cake
blasphemy.
is
You
next
can't-
to bread.
No,
It's really basic.
carrot cake is a
Yeah.
fucking staple dessert. It's always good. Always.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
bread. Same boring.
Like bread.
Bread.
Let's take a look at rhubarb. This is looks okay.
Right.
That's
Okay, it's the
Some
flavor.
custard and cream on that.
Yeah, you need a little bit of
It's a
custard.
little bit sour because the rhubarb is a little bit
Sharp.
sour.
Yeah, I love my
So
dessert
it's very
sour.
good.
That's
Yeah, if you like sour.
My mum used to make an apple crumble with raisins in it. Oh, apple crumble, raisins.
Look at
Beautiful.
everybody in the chat's got my back. They know carrot cake's fucking amazing.
The problem
Yeah,
is,
because
all
they are
American.
Americans probably.
They're all American.
Yeah.
us Europeans, it's evening here. We don't want to sleep.
Listen, you fucking Europeans are really snotty about your food. It's not that great.
With
It
good
is.
reason.
How
No.
often have you been here?
Not
I've
often
been to
enough.
Europe quite a bit.
How often?
Probably just under a dozen, maybe 10 times.
And how often have you gone out to a nice food meeting or something, not being a stupid bodybuilder?
Probably once. Listen, I'll give you food. I'll give you this. The food there is better quality, but
Mhm.
not across all of Europe. In some
It is.
places, yes, some places no.
In most of
And,
Europe.
and look, if the quality is better, and I'll give you that, the recipes for the food are not necessarily all better.
They don't need to be hammered with sugar and shit because we have good
And water and
ingredients.
inflate. And even if you go for a steak in the States, most of the time it's just disappointing compared to
no.
Europe.
You're not going to win that. No.
Oh,
Okay, for
Go for-
example, when we
you go for a
compare,
steak- you go for a
when
steak
we go
breakfast.
to Columbus, yeah, the Columbus where Arnold
not-
always goes for his steak, it's
Yeah.
just bleh.
I've had steak in Europe. It's like a shoe sole. It
No,
sucks.
you haven't.
shoes on, eh?
Listen, Texas is like the world. That's Ben. I can't believe you're even stating that there's a better steak than there is in Texas.
When I was in Milan, that's probably the best steak I've ever eaten. In Italy.
Ah,
Oh, really?
ah.
The Milan's
Yeah.
the place for steak.
Italians make everything better.
Okay, well, let's just. You know what? We're
We'll
gonna
agree
let,
to disagree, I was going to
we're
say.
gonna let Google decide.
Let Google decide.
Best steak
If we would have Regan on the show, he would have
World.
asked ChatGPT.
by country.
ChatGPT is king of answers.
Ah, fuck.
What did it say?
Italy.
Italy.
Put it
No.
up, put it up. Let me see. It's Argentina,
Don't
right?
fake
It's gotta
it.
be.
Don't
It's
fake
gotta be
it.
Argentina.
Don't fake it now. Don't fake it now.
Australia,
no,
Finland, Argentina.
Argentina, yeah.
Interesting. Australia, eh?
Yeah,
And
Australia.
Spain.
You'll be happy.
Well, then we're both wrong.
Yeah, because they
I'm
don't. Well,
We're both wrong. It's Australia.
they were European. There were European countries all over that list.
It's maybe Australian meat done by Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chef has to be an Italian chef. Otherwise, it means nothing.
All right, all right. Let's do a couple more, then we'll go. I can't argue food with you guys. It's fucking
You
bullshit.
can't because it's 3 to
You're
1.
right. You're
Kind of
right.
Okay,
You
listen.
can't. And you
Not very
lose.
First of all,
You're wrong.
Ben and James
James, don't know shit.
don't lump in English food with European. Like English food is not even.
Have you ever ate and I'm not British, yeah? Have you ever ate a good Sunday roast? Have you ever tried to go to a pub and have a good Sunday roast? You have no clue.
Okay, but you can have one or two dishes. I'm saying about the whole cuisine itself is not that good.
The thing is, a Sunday roast.
How many dishes does America have?
I'm not American.
Yeah, Canada. Do
is
they
where-
even have a
Poutine.
culture?
You got poutine.
Does Canada
Listen,
even have a
This is
culture?
where I pull my Lebanese card. I'm from Lebanese, baby.
And that is some of the best food in the world.
Yeah,
Arab
I'll give
Lebanese
you
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
I grew up
See,
in-
I'll
I grew up eating
I-
Arabic, but I can fucking say that.
listen. If you're in London, you can find good Lebanese food on
There's a lot,
like every
actually.
second street, man. I was bodybuilding and eating Lebanese food with Barry. We were doing
Yeah.
that every day
It's
in
basically just
London.
meat and rice
And good bread, good
and
flatbread.
very good bread.
meat and rice. Come on. They have wonderful fish dishes. They have very nice vegan dishes.
He's like, yeah. Come on, guys, give him credit. There's more.
All right. Okay. Let's go. One more, two more. Oh, you guys never gave me. Oh, you only gave me like one dessert. Rhubarb. I said carrot cake. Stefan,
Apfelstrudel.
apple Ben, did you name one?
You did.
No, well, I like a spotted dick, but if I was gonna pick one if I was gonna, Last Supper kind of shit, I'm going over the chocolate cake. I like chocolate.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. Google it.
What the fuck?
People
What
need
the
to
fuck?
see
How do you
that.
spell
Ain't
that?
gonna be able to spell that, yeah.
Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
Whoa.
All I heard
Dark
was
chocolate.
All I heard was spot.
I write and you
Schwarz.
Google it. Okay?
Yeah, we need to see this.
Say it one more
Because
time.
that's one of my favorites. Schwarzwälder
Are you texting me?
Kirsch. Yeah. Torte.
Oh my God.
You need to copy, otherwise you probably fuck it up.
Schwartz,
Probably.
Walder,
Kirschtorte.
Here.
Hirsch, Torte.
Yeah.
Black Forest cake. That's all you're saying. Why do you say Black Forest cake?
Oh, Black Forest cake.
Because it's a Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
Yeah, that is good. I got to take the cherries off, but I'm all over that.
Yeah, you're either a cherry guy or you're not. Are you? There's no in
they're
between.
They're not my
I
bag.
fucking
don't
love
like
that.
Black Forest. Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Black Forest gatto.
Where were we?
Gato.
Pavlova's good. Getting trifle and Pavlova from Lee. He said trifle and Pavlova.
I used to over. What's the actual name from the Portuguese custard tarts? Those things.
Pastel de nata.
Pastel de nata. Yes, they are fucking. Every time we go back to like England or Europe or anywhere, we grab a bunch of those. In fact, they had a bunch of those in Peru on their like food stalls. They're good.
All right. We'll do these and then we'll go. Boss, top 3 metal bands.
For me?
Yeah.
Number 1 is Emperor. Number 2 is Mayhem. Number 3 is Dark Throne.
Okay. James, top 3 games.
Oh, that's difficult.
Oh, fuck me in the arse. Resident Evil 3, the original on PS1.
That's
Metal Gear Solid 1. No, Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PS2. and fuck, maybe Super Mario Bros. 3 on the SNES or the NES. It was on the NES.
What was James Bond GoldenEye? James.
That was N64. That was very good, but it's maybe top 10, but I don't think it's top 3.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know how long. I don't know if you can sum these up, Ben, but it says top 3 moments with Luke.
Got to be the Arnold, surely. It's got to be
The Arnold's will be way up there. I think the British final win.
That's
Is that just he's competitive or just in general?
General, you must have had like a.
There was a time where we both squatted and we had like synchronized nosebleeds.
That's good.
That was
Ben.
Yeah.
What we got on the desk?
Hey, mine's up
I
there.
have that on my desk too.
Yeah,
Oh my God. How
That's a
cool
good-
is that?
The vacuum pose.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He
He
is,
only did like 5 or 6 of them, right? It was like Brandon Curry, there was Luke. I can't remember who else.
The funny thing is with the Luke one, he is almost as brown as Brandon. That it doesn't translate because I've got a really bright light on, but he's very, very brown. He's definitely got
Yeah.
a big tan on that one.
So he's dark.
But yeah, they're really cool.
Mine says top 3 bikes. I'm gonna go with Kawasaki H2R.
You can leave it at that. That's fine.
I'm done.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
don't worry about your other 2.
Okay. James, are you bringing merch to sell at the Arnold's meet and greet?
I don't think I'm bringing much to sell, but I will have some photos that I'll bring, and people can just have them and I'll sign them, like last year.
Okay.
I would like to bring merch, but it's hard to. I don't know. I don't really have anything. But if anyone wants merch, go to www.jameshollingshead.co.uk.
Wait a minute. Didn't you just come out with a bunch of shirts?
Yeah. So they can on my website. I sell stuff.
What website? I've not seen the website.
I haven't
Just
either.
my
Website?
www.jameshollingshead.co.uk.
Oh, yeah.
I just bring out stuff every now and then.
Let's have a look.
It's cool.
All right. This is James Hollingshead's website. Is this it?
It's .co.uk, bro. That's why.
Oh my, what the fuck is this?
I was like,
There is
.com?
there's another cool James Hollingshead.
There's too many. He's just
There he
Oh,
is.
yeah.
All right.
he's just got a few different items of clothing on there.
All right.
I
So if
did-
you want James's stuff, jameshollingshead.co.uk.
It is worldwide as well. We do ship everywhere. And,
This one just came out. This one just came out, right?
yeah, that was actually a collabo with that was actually really kind of Garth
these
by
are
the
all
collabo with him.
These are all new, I thought.
Yeah, these ones are just new. I just released the Will Not Fail ones.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah, they come in t-shirt and jumper, and then there's the old original, which is the proper fucking training. And then I'm
James,
gonna
I
get
feel like
rid
you
of.
gotta update. You gotta update those pictures. I feel like
I know I'm
they're
very
not
slim
for-
there. I know. But I tell you now, I know this is a bit of a plug, but the trousers are really comfortable. So I'm going to re-release those joggers, but I'll change the design because no one wants Hollingshead written on. I did that because I was playing God of War and it was the Olympia ones. That's why there's the O. But those trousers, if you like fitted trousers, are actually really fucking comfortable. I still wear them today. I've got quite a few.
Can't
pairs.
wear. I want to wear them, but I can't wear them anymore because my legs are too small now.
Your legs still look pretty big, bro. You're still doing like 4 plates.
They are flubbery.
Yeah.
What did you say? They're
Flubbery.
They're not flubbery. They're just smaller. What the fuck? All right, last question. Would your childhood selves find your current adult selves to be cool by whatever your childhood selves definition was?
It would because of all these consoles. So yeah.
Yeah, they would think it's fucking superhero cool.
Yeah, I bought all the cool shit I wanted when I was a kid. I have 3 fucking motorcycles.
There you go.
Sure, I would have been like, my younger self would have been like, "This is great. You got 3 motorcycles
Yeah, me too.
and a pool. I have a pool. Fuck, I win."
I hate pools. I hate water. It's the most boring thing on the world.
What?
I love that because
Why are you so fucking? Why are you so fucking weird?
No, it is like that, it's just that.
Literally,
gonna
just
get-
said, you literally just said, "I hate water." It's the,
Yeah.
the most boring thing in the world. That's never been uttered before.
Yeah, it is like that.
and
Ask my wife. She
the-
hears that every year when we plan our holiday. I hate water. I don't want to go. We are not gonna go.
So you don't like relaxing in the water.
Mate, I'm going in the bath after
It's
this.
awful. It's everywhere and
It's everywhere.
I'm literally going to run a bath as soon as we're
I'm
done
like
with this.
I think me and James are probably the only bodybuilders that bath on a regular basis.
I love it.
It's going to sound really weird. Do you remember when I called you when I was in the bathtub and you were like, get
You
the
know
fuck off the phone?
what is very funny? I bath every day or even twice a day, and I can only bath, and the water needs as hot as it burns my skin.
Yeah, me too.
But I can't shower because it
like the
hurts
feeling.
everywhere. I hate it.
What?
Yeah, it's bah.
So you can bath, but you can't shower.
No.
He's not a shower guy.
When I was growing up as a kid, we only had a bathtub. We didn't have a shower, so everything
Same.
was bathtub.
Same.
bathtub.
And my mum used to pour the water on your head and he hated it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And then she had
damn.
thing. I'm like, quick. I feel like it was finished. I'm like, wipe his face quick because he hates the water on his face.
Yep.
That's
I know that feeling.
So you don't go, what do you do when you go to the beach? So, like if you go to a resort,
I never go to the beach. Never. When we had to go quarantine, when we went to the Olympia and had been in Mexico, in Cancun, 2 weeks,
yeah.
I just went until the tarmac was. I would never go with my feet into sand. It's disgusting.
Didn't like sand either.
It's bad.
You know what? I'll say this. I used to enjoy sand much more when I was a kid, and now as an adult, it's annoying. As
When
fuck.
you're heavy in it, go, yes.
I'm
Sure.
like,
Because you
man.
just go in a pair of fucking slides. So it's a big deal.
I haven't been to a
bad.
beach for a long time.
I hate it.
No, I
This
guess
year,
on your phone and
this
shit.
year they forced me for a holiday, and we
Forced
went to
me.
the seaside. I was just sitting in the hotel room 10 days in air condition on, and the windows shut down.
You sound like so much fun to go on vacation with.
Yeah, completely.
You know you're not going to invite him on a holiday.
I gotta go to the washroom really bad. I gotta go take a leak. So we're gonna wrap it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a bath, man, and I'm gonna take pictures to send it to you.
Well, how long is your how long is your bath? Half
I
hour?
like to have a good half hour.
A good
I got
45
10 minutes.
Phone, YouTube videos.
Yeah.
This is the life.
But it's getting too cold then.
No, this one, because I run it while I'm in it, so it gets hot, really hot.
Yeah,
So it
right.
lasts for a long time. Yeah, I get in it while it's running.
Yep.
That's
But then the skin gets that. Ah.
yeah, it goes like a prune, but it's worth it.
That's fucking fun. Stefan, you're hilarious, man. All right. Guys, it's good to see you again. Thanks
You
for
too,
coming.
guys.
Have a nice weekend.
Everybody have a good one. God bless you all.
Chaps.
Bye.
Bye.